Hi, cooperators. I hope you guys are having a good time, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I just thought maybe let me just today take this time to just get you up to speed as to what we have been doing and how far we are in our project as a cooperative. As you would know that last time I did indicate to you that the only way now in which you're going to communicate, it will be in either informal meetings or by posting certain documents in a secured place in our website. The reason being that is that we've got so many businesses that we're involved in now, and we are dealing with quite a number of sensitive things that need to be handled very, very carefully. There's information that shouldn't go to people that shouldn't go to. So we'll try by all means to manage that situation. But just as a brief, we have been doing quite a number of things, but I'm sure you would love to know as to how far are we in terms of our hospital project, our medical insurance, medical aid, and the other products that we promised that we'll develop, in fact, that we have developed for the market. Look, on the hospital side, guys, we're doing very well. Of course, there are certain things that still need to be tied up, but otherwise the hospital deals have been secured. Like I told you last time, that we have 2 hospitals that we're looking at now, which we feel that very soon we should start actually operating in those hospitals. But you will get a lot of information on the meeting. In fact, I'm proposing Saturday, the 11th, Saturday or 11th of March, 2023, that's next month, for the date for the meeting. We hold our meetings in the mornings to also accommodate, and we try and accommodate the guys overseas as well. You would remember that. We'll finalize the time, but tentatively we could say maybe around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I will post, oh no, I remember the guys usually prefer 3 o'clock South African time. Yeah, if I remember very well, yeah. But guys, please, we'll have to attend that meetings because we're going to discuss a number of matters there that relate to the financial side of things, the business side of things, and our future plans, what is happening now, what is on the pipeline, and what are the plans for the future. So we've got a lot of exciting things. Just to give you an idea, everything is exciting. It's quite a lot of work that we had to do to put things together in our business, in a cooperative, because cooperative is very, very big. Our cooperative is big. I mean, in terms of the things that we're involved in. I mean, if you talk health is massive, So now and again, we find ourselves in a back-to-back meetings. It's endless, but it's something that we got used to, and this is what we have to do. And we're doing it and doing it very well. So, of course, it's always worrying from my side, especially if, there's a long gap, between the meetings, because I always believe that people who have contributed their monies, they always need to be kept abreast on the developments, just to make people understand what is happening and where they can participate if they can. Unfortunately, the business that we are doing is quite a bit complex, and it really takes one's time. If you want to participate, it's okay, but you have got to sacrifice your time. It's quite heavy. You know, you lose quite a lot of time and not making money. So the best is if you want to participate, is just to make sure that at least you are covered somehow financially, and then you'll be able to afford to lose money, you know, as we're building all these big ventures that will eventually pay off, you know, at some stage. So we're doing well on the hospital side of things. We're doing well on the medical insurance. There's not a good uptake. I think it's just a question of marketing. Just needs aggressive marketing, but it's fine. We are sorting out that one. We are on the digital platform now, which very soon you will be exposed to. And with a lot of meetings that we're attending, sometimes it's difficult to juggle around between marketing and also attending the meetings, because these meetings can take forever and there are many. But yeah, I can't complain. You know, things are looking pretty good. And then on the funder for our projects, I'm really excited to inform you that we are just about to conclude a deal. I'm not going to mention the name now because the discussions are quite advanced and I don't want to spoil anything at this stage. But yeah, we have a funder that is actually going to partner with us, you know, in any project. Of course, it has got to be health related. I mean, we're talking health infrastructure here. And then it has got to be health related. And I'm really glad to inform you that we have secured the funder. But we'll keep it right there for now. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about on the IT side, guys, we are preparing to assist you with websites. Every member, we want every member to have a website. Right now, we're looking at actually giving you websites at no cost. But we're still working out because, of course, there will be the cost of the domain. I think that one will be on the member's side. But I'm talking about just building of the website pages. There shouldn't be an issue on that one. But we're still working out who is going to do it. If we're going to involve the young people in the townships, because that's another project that we have to try and empower young people in the township, maybe there will be a small contributions. But I'm just indicating that there is something like that we're thinking about. But we'll give the details, you know. For now, for me, it was just to say hi and inform you that we're still around, still working hard, preparing for a brighter future to come. There's an announcement that I want to make that has nothing to do with ProMedical. This announcement has to do with some of us who were involved in SMDP as members of SMDP. Myself and the other colleagues who were in SMDP, we felt that it is about time that we take SMDP and the SGH. For those of you who don't know what is SGH, SGH is SMDP Group Holding. Myself and those people, some of our colleagues who were at SMDP, we felt that it's time that we take the whole matter of SMDP, SGH, and its members and shareholders of SGH, we take this matter to court. The reason being that SGH was hijacked by some people who were part of the leadership of SMDP. And to the extent that right now the rightful owners of SGH, when I say rightful owners, I'm talking the shareholders who own about 70% of SGH, have been actually left in the cold. And only a few individuals hijacked this multi-billion company that we have been part of ever since it was formed in the I think in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we have been consulting for a very long time, gathering information. We have reached a point where we have gathered enough information, and we have consulted with our attorneys, and then we are at a stage where we can now pounce on these guys and make sure that what belongs to the shareholders goes back to the shareholders. And I must emphasize that this has nothing to do with ProMedical. It must not be misconstrued to be the action of ProMedical. It is not. It is us, the members of SMDP, taking action against those people who hijacked SMDP Group Holding. I think it's enough. I'll just leave it that. The reason why I'm announcing this, of course, it would always be good to have your support as you know, our win will be a win for everyone in the sense that the entire medical fraternity will benefit, because if we win this case, we'll then attract quite a lot of doctors to come and join SMDP. And as they join SMDP as an association, which is South African Medical Dental Practitioners Association, as people join it, they will find that they're joining an organization that has got assets. And whatever joining fee will be at that time, but you'll be joining something that has got assets, and that can actually provide us with financial freedom. We are not supposed to be running helter-skelter looking for money. We're supposed to be actually having enough money to start any hospital that we want to start. But because of these criminals in SGH or SMDP, these criminals who hijacked this company, we are where we are today, having to run around looking for money to build hospitals, when in actual fact, we're supposed to be having and using our own money that was saved or that was acquired via all the business ventures that SGH was involved in. I'm not gonna take you through what SGH is involved in. It's quite a number of companies. Just to mention one, for instance, Mdcm, is part of that. There's quite a lot of other companies that I'm not going to mention, but just to give you an example. So, yeah, that's basically it. But we're asking for support. Support us. You don't have to support us financially at this stage. We are still looking at what will be the financial implications, but the attorneys that we're talking to, they are prepared to take the case on contingency basis. So we may not need, it looks like we're not going to need money upfront. But guys, just your support is very important. So that those criminals know that we have your support, and they must not think that we are just alone, but they must know that we are also enjoying the support, the broader support of the doctor community or the healthcare professions, so to say. And then something else that I also wanted to announce is that myself again and other community activists, I also regard myself as a community activist. I am an activist. I'm a social activist. I'm an economic activist. I'm a political activist. I'm not a politician. So myself and other community activists, we came together And against the background that we observed that the cooperative movement was not getting a good deal from the state in terms of support from the state, as it was promised when the act was enacted in 2005. And so around 2020, and then we came together with other activists to look into the possibility of actually having a structure or a formation that would advance the cause of cooperatives. And of course, that structure had to be a civil movement. It could not take the form and shape of a political structure. It had to be a civil society movement. So the structure is called Mass Democratic Civil Movement. So the purpose of Mass Democratic Civil Movement is to work with the communities, to assist the communities in issues that relate to economics, social issues, political issues, and issues that relate to health, issues that relate to law, education, So we are involved at a ground level with the communities. We're doing quite a lot of work in those areas. So I thought perhaps it's good that you know that they were involved, and they were also extending our invite to you guys to also support Mass Democratic Civil Movement in what it is doing. We're promoting cooperatives on the ground. Remember, the only thing that our communities have, or that is at least left, that they can do now to thrive, is to actually participate in a capitalist economy, because that is what our economy is. It is a capitalist economy. So for people to thrive in a capitalist economy, especially when they have got limited financial resources, they have no choice but to club together. And the only formal structures that exist right now that are perhaps better compared to other structures that we know of in our communities, I'm talking about townships, is the cooperatives. Because the cooperatives, at least, they enjoy a legal entity status, and they operate within a framework of the law. There's the Cooperatives Act that they operate within. So we are promoting these structures because these are the structures that we believe that the future government, because this one that we have now has failed, the cooperatives, the future government that we're going to have, 2024 moving forward, will actually work with the cooperatives in doing business. It will do business with cooperatives and stop doing business with companies that are owned by single individuals. So the Mass Democratic Civil Movement, guys, is that kind of a structure. And we believe that if it can be supported by professionals like yourselves, it will go very far. I know that I've not given you a lot of information in all these things that I'm saying. I'm mentioning SMTP. Some of you don't even know what animal is that. And talking about SGH, I'm talking about Mass Democratic Civil Movement. I will do videos with your permission. I'll do videos that I'll post to give you a detailed background about SMTP and SGH. I'll also do videos and give you a detailed background about Mass Democratic Civil Movement, what it is doing, and how you can participate in Mass Democratic Civil Movement. In short, Some of us were doing these things that we're doing, not because we have all the time in the world. We're doing these things because we believe that wrong things cannot just be allowed to go on unabated. At some point, someone has got to stand up and call out these criminals and tell them that enough is enough, and it stops here and it stops right now. We cannot stand by the side anymore and watch. All of us, we need to get involved. Some of us are not used to watching. I've never, even when I was a young man in the township, I never used to watch people coming in to terrorize our sisters and our brothers in the township. We used to stand up, and we used to stand up and defend ourselves. And most of the time we would win. Even at school, I never allowed the bullies to bully myself or bully any other person. Even at university, I never allowed that. Anyway, I used to deal with the bullies right there. So this is the same situation. So some of us are not used to watching people doing as they please. We feel that it's about time that we put certain people in their right places, and we get the right people to take their positions and move our societies and the country forward. So, guys, I know there's not much in this video, but I'm going to be sending the dates for the meeting and the time and the agenda. I'll post it on the wall. Both pro-medical shareholders at Samdp SA and Samdp UK. So again, I'm very thankful that you gave me some time to listen to this video. And please, guys, give us all the support that we need. What we're doing for all of us. We're not, again, doing this thing just because, we have all the time in the world to waste. This is serious. This is about our lives. And we only have these lives that we have. And we can't mess up with what we have. Okay, on that note, thank you very much. And till we meet again. And I think I'll be posting the videos that I'm promising to post, and then so that at least you can get to understand what we're talking about when we talk about the Samdp, SGH, and then talking about Mass Democratic Self-Movement and the activities that Mass Democratic Self-Movement is involved in. Thank you very much. Thank you. I've got some flu, sorry, but